It's great to be here. We are here to celebrate, we are here to share, we're here to dream, we're here to listen and learn, we're here to motivate and encourage one another. The National Lottery Heritage Fund project, Rural Churches for Everyone, is coming towards an end of its 3-year funded period, but actually the real work is only just beginning, in that the sustainability plans that are bubbling up are just beginning to be enacted. And so what I want to say is everybody is extremely welcome, whether you're here because you've already been in one of the churches taking part in Rural Churches for Everyone, whether you're here because you want to learn more about it because you think it might be relevant to your churches, whether you're here because you're a member of one of our partner organisations or one of the church institutions, or whether you're just here because you're interested, one of the diocesan committees, for instance, you are all extremely welcome, and I hope you'll have lots of opportunities to listen and learn and chat to one another. Just in case anybody doesn't know who I am, my name is Catherine Salbert Groves and I'm the Archdeacon of Lindisfarne, and it's been my joy to be the sponsor of this project since I took up post here. One of the amazing things I've noticed as Rural Churches for Everyone has progressed is that confidence has grown among those who've been taking part. You know, we are a rural diocese here in Newcastle. 2/3 of the parish identify as rural. And Rural Churches for Everyone, I think, has helped so many people to realise that the rural church is not a minority in this diocese. It's not a group that needs to in any way plead its cause with anyone. In fact, the rural church is the majority of the Diocese of Newcastle. And I believe increasingly that the innovative and faithful work that's gone on over these 3 years of Rural Churches for Everyone has become a kind of gift that we have to offer to the wider diocese and to the wider church further afield as well. The resources developed through Rural Churches for Everyone, with participants thinking at the heart of everything that's been developed, these will be gifts that we can share, not only with other clusters of deep rural churches throughout the Archdeaconry, but with other types of churches and possibly with the wider Church of England as well. You know, we, the deep rural churches of Northumberland, are ahead of the curve in terms of so many things the church is now placing emphasis on. Collaboration between parishes, raising up lay leadership, community engagement, being known to be welcoming and at the heart of our communities, opening up our buildings for additional uses to the wider public, the drive to net zero. Something that's interested me a lot is that although the National Lottery Heritage Fund, who's funded Rural Churches for Everyone, doesn't fund religion or mission, their focus is on buildings and heritage. But you know, the main noticeable output so far that I'm seeing is more confident and more engaged and more focused local Christians who feel energised to move in a purposeful direction. So a project designed and funded to maximise the heritage value of our church buildings has also resulted in more confident and mission-minded church communities. Praise God. And I've noticed a number of people making a journey from perhaps feeling a little bit overwhelmed as to where they can begin with all the challenges they face, to feeling much more equipped and having a sense of which direction they want to travel in. As St. Paul said to Timothy in his second letter to him, God did not intend for us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, a spirit of love, and a spirit of self-discipline. And I'm seeing people grow in that sense of empowerment, that sense of love and compassion for one another, for their churches and for their wider communities, and that sense of self-discipline and focus as they work together to define pathways going forwards. And remember, our origins here in Northumberland go back to the ancient northern saints of the 7th century and the ways they set up Christian communities to serve and transform their wider communities. We have a pretty good track record in Northumberland of working with God to make beautiful things with seemingly little resource. I am aware the Church of England is not always an easy place to navigate, with complex legislation such as church representation rules and the Mission and Pastoral Measure, and diocesan committees such as Diocesan Mission and Pastoral Committee, Diocesan Advisory Committee, and they can all seem quite remote and perhaps a bit daunting. And perhaps Rural Churches for Everyone wasn't helped by the fact that your old, well-known, well-loved Archdeacon left halfway through. But in case you don't know me very well yet, I really want you to know that I'm here to support, to encourage, and that I am so encouraged to see so many people making that shift from feeling a bit overwhelmed to feeling much more purposeful and confident. Rural Churches for Everyone has worked with deep rural churches, not market towns, not commuter rural, not large villages with lots of amenities, really deep, remote rural churches. And it's trailblazed a bottom-up approach using focus groups and seminars, as well as the study of national church reports and data. And participants have discovered that they are far from alone in the challenges they face as they try to envisage a sustainable future. They've discovered that no one is to blame, no one is at fault, no one has been asleep at the wheel. All those involved in the project have realised that the challenges they face are not there because of any lack of commitment or faithfulness or hard work. All of those things have always been there in abundance. Rural church is simply quite a tough gig, to put it simply. It's not easy being rural church in these sparsely populated areas, far from facilities and with poor connectivity. But as churches have worked together in clusters and across clusters, they've found that common ground and they've realised they have so much in common and they've grown in confidence. And I'm noticing a difference in tone and narrative between the church communities who've done RCfE and developed their sustainability plans on the one hand, and those who haven't yet had that opportunity. Those who are in the Rural Churches for Everyone group are characterised by increased hope, confidence, vision, resilience, determination, and a sense of identity and purpose. They are discovering the truth of St. Paul's words. God did not intend for us a spirit of fear, but rather a spirit of power, a spirit of love, and a spirit of self-discipline. Our deep rural churches are beacons on the landscape, memory keepers, places of sanctuary, hubs of welcome and hospitality, sites of pilgrimage. Increasingly places where those way beyond the worshipping community know that they are welcome and can find community, activity, resource, places championing the drive to net zero and the care of creation. And I know that those who've taken part in this project have felt really, really listened to by our project consultant Yvonne Conchi and our project manager Philippa Carter. They've grasped our mission and they've committed to helping make it more effective and more sustainable. So I'm really delighted that our first keynote speaker this morning is Yvonne Conchi, our rural development specialist, our project consultant who has stuck with us through the whole of the 3 years in spite of COVID and many other setbacks. And Yvonne is going to talk to us, with her talk is entitled Clued Up from the Bottom Up, Co-creating a Decision-Making Tool for Managing Our Church Buildings. Let's give her a warm welcome.